my name is Jose Carlos Isasi. I am from Lima, Peru. I went to UWC East Africa in Tanzania. Um, I'm studying in OU, and my major is supply chain management and management information systems.
Well, around 10 months ago, I interviewed you before you embarked on the journey of semester at sea. And
Yeah.
today I'm going to interview you again after semester at sea. The first thing I asked you was, what are you most excited about in this adventure?
Wow. It's basically like all the learning that I can, better said, all the perspectives that I could learn about a specific topic in each country. As like we have one class and then we can see how certain certain things that we learn can be applied in different countries. I don't know, like I find that very exciting. Also, the community, like being in a ship with a lot of people. I'm kind of glad that there's not gonna be much internet. I don't know, like because I think that then in that case that we can, there's gonna be a lot of activities just to like interact with people and learn too.
All right.
Ah.
So, what was the most exciting part of semester at sea?
I think what I was most excited actually was much the life on the cruise ship. I guess it has to do a lot with that um online, not on being online part, but it was much more than that, it was like an adventure itself inside the ship, like before considering the other countries. Because I did things that I usually wouldn't do, or like I was not planning to do. For example, I I was like a speaker for this like TED Talk event that they did inside a ship, um, and I was the opening speaker. I did not expect that, So that like these kind of activities, I mean, I really felt much excited because it came more for this kind of personal growth. Um, and I mean, regarding what I said about the countries, I was excited to visit them, but many times, yeah, each country had different situations and contexts. But I came to notice at the end, people are people. I don't know how to say it, um, in each country, people were friendly. Each country has their own issues and everything, and much more. What I realized was, geez, like the world is so big, actually, and like every country has is still different contexts inside each country and different situations that yeah, well, one never stops learning. But I would say the most exciting part was the adventure inside the ship itself, and all I went through there.
Yeah, I understand. I also love the community, because it's
Mhm.
such a weird phenomenon,
Right.
like a little world. Yeah, I loved it also. I love
Mhm.
playing board games or just watching the ocean or yeah,
Yeah.
I miss it so much. Honestly, that's the part that I miss the most. Because then the traveling was kind of like an extension.
Hmm.
Like the
Right.
community was formed here and then we would go out into the world. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Okay, so there's beautiful things and there's also challenges. So I asked you, what challenges do you think you will encounter during the voyage?
What challenges? Perhaps that most of the people are from the US. To be fair, I've never, no, no, I have friends from the US for sure, but usually I don't spend much time with them because usually that the teams or the things that they like are different, usually different from the ones I usually like. Like they would talk about American football, or I don't know much about that, or or other things that I don't get. Perhaps it's harder because they might use some slang that sometimes I don't get. I don't know. Um, so I guess I have to get out of my bubble, or of, and that'll be one of the challenges, I believe.
Regarding the challenge, I definitely think that that probably was one of the biggest challenges still when I was in the voyage. Um, because I think I'm just very bad at small talk and things like that, you know. And I like, and that's what like Americans are very friendly and they're very good at that. But then for me, it's just like I don't know what to say. Like I don't know how to carry on those kind of conversations. Um, how did I overcome it? Man, I don't know. Like I guess I guess even though I was not good, many times I guess I just try to stay there in the group and like wait until the conversation I guess goes a bit deeper or into something that I know. I would not say I'm a master of small talk now. I still struggle with that. I would not say like I have overcome it, but like I definitely feel much more comfortable now. You know, even here in OU, like I before the ship, I usually would not talk to people in my class and things like that. Now I feel more comfortable with that. Like I say, oh yeah, cool, you know, like, I meet some people and we make some connections and things like that. So I would say like I have grown a bit in that social skill. Is other challenges. Um, well, another challenge. I don't know if it's challenge or yeah, I guess it was a challenge. How to take advantage of those 5 days in every port. Um, because like at first I thought, okay, 5 days, you know, like I'm gonna plan it super well and everything, but I did not consider many things, you know, like not everything is gonna be how I want it, you know. I have to make plans with people, and then people wanna do other things that perhaps are not that much cool to do, and then it was like organizing ourselves to trying to do one thing or the other. Like for example, something I wanted to do in every port. Uh, was like go to NGOs or things like that. But then all of my friends had other plans usually. Um, and I mean, at the end, I think I just went to one port that we got to go to an NGO, and it was mostly because of, or like two or three, but because of field classes, mostly. Not so it was not my own planning. Um, Other challenges. Wow. I guess those must it's mostly those social activities because I would feel a bit afraid. And then bigger ones like the TED Talk one that I told you. Um, and I also had other like public speaking opportunities over there. That was a part of me that I mean I never felt shy with public speaking, but it's not something really like I was looking forward to do, you know, and things like that. So that definitely was one challenge, and I think I did overcome it because I was in the public speaking class. So so I guess that helped me a lot. That helped me a lot. Um, our challenges was with personal self-care, things like that. I guess I was not, or like just before the ship, you know, I was not thinking too much about self-care or like things like exercise or eating well, sleeping well, things like that. Um, in the ship, I had more time to deal with that. So it was a challenge that I already had, but then I got to I got more time to focus on it as well.
Okay, so this next question I am going to invert because
Okay.
it's fun. um, I asked you which port do you expect is going to be your favorite,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna ask you now, which port was your favorite?
I think the part that I enjoyed the most was Malaysia. I
Wow.
think so.
Why?
Yeah. Um, it just really surprised me. I really love the balance that the city landscape had between like technological or like let's say more developed infrastructure and also green area development. Like I felt like the country had a lot of green areas, a lot of trees and forests and everything. Yet it also looked it had very advanced like um mobiliary and like buildings that look like New York and everything, but it did not look like a great city, you know, it did not look like that. And I really like that. We also visited the island of and the city of Georgetown, where we did visit some NGOs and we got to know a lot of entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs there. Uh, I mean, yes, I guess everything I like. The only thing I did not like was the weather. That is a bit too humid for me, but everything else, like I could see myself living there. You feel me? Something like that.
Oh,
Mhm. Yeah.
interesting.
Mhm.
Okay, so this is what you thought.
Um, I would think Kenya because I mean when I went to Tanzania, I really love it there, and Kenya is just next to Tanzania, so it's I guess it's gonna bring me a lot of memories from days in Tanzania because it's pretty similar, even the language, Swahili. I'm gonna try practicing my Swahili again with them. Um, and also because I mean my girlfriend is going in the voyage as well. Yeah.
No. Wow. That's so cool.
Yeah, and in Kenya, she also like the religion that she practices. I mean, she's a Muslim from um the branch of the Ismailis. I think they have like a group of Ismailis in Kenya, in where we are gonna be. Like ours, I think in I forgotten the name of the city in Kenya, but somewhere there. So I'm also glad for that. Like we get to visit those communities too.
So, how was Kenya?
I mean, I definitely like Kenya too, and as I said there, it brought me a lot of memories in general, or even just people, just being to able to practice my Swahili language. You know, there like we stay in Mombasa, that was by the coast. I like it. I like it. I mean, I like it a lot. You know, it was fun. It was fun. But yeah, I would say still like Malaysia. Malaysia did really surprise me. And I mean, of course, there are many other ports. I mean, all ports were fun, were very fun, and we really you learn a lot.
Yeah.
But I would say like Malaysia had something. Also, its life, its nightlife, and it was more active. I don't know. I see a lot of people out and a lot of events. It was also during the Chinese New Year, so there was a lot of things going on.
Wow.
That was nice.
Nice. All right. So this is an intersection question because intersecting
Mhm.
because I'm curious.
Right.
How was the experience of being in the voyage with your girlfriend?
Um.
Like in a
Well,
relationship, right? Like,
uh
yeah.
right. I guess I just describe it because I mean I cannot compare it to being single because no, right? But I mean personally as a relationship, we kinda, of course, you know, everybody has like issues and like problems, but also I think it makes us grow more mature because we actually tend to practice a lot of long distance. We have been more away than together
Wow.
physically. So then um, during the voyage we got to be together more time. So like I mean I learned how to we learn more dynamics, you know. I know how to say like um, but also it was a bit harder to make friends not to make friends, but like people get to know you or something like that because because yeah, like you many times then get try to also be with your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever, and then that sometimes we stay together and then we might not meet with other friends or things like that, you know. So I guess that would be the only like kind of issue, I guess, like less time to with other people in the Voyage in the community. But I would not say not really that big, like, cause still we will go out and meet them, and like I will still do the things that I want to, and then she did the things that she wanted to, and um, it's like having a friend that also came with you. It's like, I think it was fun. It was fine too.
That's great.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, I was just curious because again, it was such a different experience. Um,
yeah.
but okay, next question I'm also going to invert because I asked
Mhm.
you which class do you think will be your favorite? So now I'm going to ask you which class was your favorite and why? Or the most impactful or yeah, the most memorable, let's say.
My favorite class. I don't know if I even mentioned it there, but publicly speaking, definitely. But it's so hard. Like it's very tight with applied such a change. Um, but I think it is in public speaking where I grew the most. Um, yeah, like the people in the class I will not forget, like all the classmates. And it was the most challenging class as well. Because from the first day, the teacher asked you to go in front of everyone and then talk some very deep stuff, like very like vulnerable stuff.
Wow.
Um, yeah, man. I mean, there was a couple of times where I got a bit emotional actually.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Oh,
as well as people too, you know. So I would say public speaking because it was the most challenging one, but it's the one where I grew the most. Where I had and I also met a lot of great people, and you got to meet, even though you might not talk to them when they talk in public in front of you in the class, you get to know things about it, you know, like you feel you got to know them a bit deeper, and then things that they would not say in general outside of the class. You feel me? So it was a very intimate setting as well. That was definitely my favorite class, and I love the teacher as well. I love the teacher. It was a great teacher.
and now I'm going to show you what you thought was going to be your favorite class.
I think this class called applied social change um, is from what is called this project like Chapman Impact Cohort, I think. Um, I think it's gonna be the one that I like the most because I believe that it's gonna be very interactive. We're gonna touch on many social challenges that I mean in my life. I'm very into social causes uh, as a vocation in my life. Like in the future, I like to address them, especially stuff related to education, poverty.
Mm.
So that I think that's the one that would align more with the values and the things that I like and I look forward to work in the future. So I think it's gonna teach me a lot.
Mhm. So pretty close, no?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, after public speaking, definitely was a place of the change. And that class, I mean, I did also like a lot a place of the change because more than a class, it felt like a discussion group, like it was just a teacher asking questions and then every single student just answering, and then we were just talking to each other. It was like all sitting in circle, all the classes, and
Mm.
then we always had guest speakers in the classes and everything. Like if it wasn't the public speaking was so good for me. Definitely, Blessed the Chains also was my second favorite, or I cannot say second favorite, but like they're almost very close to public speaking. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I understand. I think like maybe the content was more impactful for you in the applied social change, but then the challenge of public speaking was so remarkable,
Yeah, you get
right?
me.
That it's like hard to.
Mhm.
Okay, let's follow. Um, so the next thing I asked you was, what do you hope to achieve by the end of the voyage?
Wow, I haven't thought about that. I guess make a lot of friends and meet a lot of people, both from the voyage as well as people that we meet in the ports. Um, have a broader view of the world. I mean, more experience on like the different lifestyles of each country.
Mhm.
Mostly that, open more my eyes, my mind.
So now I would ask you two questions. Did you achieve your goals? And were there any other new goals that arose?
Um, I would say yeah. I mean I have many more friends now in several different states in the US now, and like at the end, the friend group that I was spending more time with was also like the UDC group, but also the group of friends that I made that were mostly Americans. And I mean, those are the ones I'm gonna visit. So yeah, I did make more friends. I went out of my comfort zone in that way. I also, yeah, I also gained more knowledge, definitely, about the ports that I was. But as I told you, like the more I knew, I realized like, it's so big. Like there are so many things I miss and everything, especially in the places of change that makes you realize um, that there are so many different situations, and like many times we might assume, oh, this is because of this, because of that, but then we are not considering many things, and we can just not assume that some things are like this because of our own background, right? Like everyone has different backgrounds and things like that. And then what else I achieved? I guess the biggest thing I achieved was what I've been mentioning along the interview is the personal growth part. I feel I got more out of my comfort zone. Um, I took more risks. That is that. That has definitely that has definitely still have an impact right now in my life. Like trying new things. And just being out there. Out there. No, not just stay there inside my room or things like that, but getting out there and meeting people and speaking the things that you believe on, listening to people, getting to being there. That's something I learned actually from a friend that I made. That was one of the port guest speakers. A good friend that I made there actually. He visited me in Peru even. And things like that. Yeah, he was. I guess being more of a risk taker. Just mostly. Yeah.
All right, we're close to the end, so we have two more questions.
Mhm.
Um, one was, do you think it will be hard to leave at the end of the voyage?
I mean, it will be sad. Hard, I don't think, but mostly because how I am. Usually, I don't know. I don't get that emotional or like I just try to move on with things.
Mhm.
Um, but I can't understand that like it's gonna be very sad because I love those environments. I mean, it wasn't hard to leave UWC, but I love it. Like if I could do it again, I would do it 1,000 times more. Like I think it's the favorite place that I've lived in so far. Um, so yeah, if we put it in that way, yeah, I guess I would like to stay more time for sure. That would make it happen. Mhm.
So was it hard to leave?
Wow, I think it was pretty similar to what I said. I mean, in general, I'm not that emotional person, or perhaps I don't feel things in the moment, just like that. But I definitely did wish to stay longer. Mostly like to the people. Just thinking, I will see these people, or it will be very hard to see them again. Um, But I also, I'm also kind of glad that I got to live and practice what I learned there. Like I'm saying, like, okay, no, I've been in this cruise ship for about 4 months, um, and I've learned so many things. Like I'm ready to go out to the world and do them, right? But I did definitely like I want to go back as well, as much as I want to go back to UWC. I like to go back to semester at sea. I like to see again my professors. Perhaps go back as a professor, I don't know, but yeah, definitely. Mhm.
Yeah. To me, it felt like a UWC camp, like a summer camp.
Yeah, that's what most UWC friends were saying. It feels
Yeah.
like an early UWC.
Yeah, to me, and I think it, in a way, I mean, it's more profound because you're an adult. Like in UWC, you're still an adolescent, and you have fun, but you're not maybe so intentional, you know.
Mhm.
That's how I see it. Like I was way more intentional on semester at sea than at UWC. So I'm grateful for the
Mhm.
experience. It was a blessing. But yeah, everything has its end, right? So
Mhm.
it's part of that. I also think we are more used to like goodbyes and stuff. So maybe it's not as hard to leave.
Yeah, like I've been since I was a child. I've had a lot of bias and things like that. And that I was a very pretty like independent child, so I guess it was kind of easier. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, like I can't imagine for someone who has grown up, for example, like the people from the US who grew up in one place their whole life and then they go to semester at sea and it's like, I don't want to leave.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I would hear a lot of people like really missing home. I
Mm,
mean, even in university itself, I'm already listening to people. Yeah, I'm going home this weekend. I've finally been like 1 month. Just like oh.
yeah, different realities.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so the last thing I asked you to do was to give yourself a message. So this is Jose Carlos from 2024 giving you a message right now.
A message for my future self. Um, well, bro, I hope you get to do all the things you want to do, like meet, make more friends. Um, I hope you learn a lot, and hope also that you take some more courage and initiative into doing some projects like Natalia, like, who is doing this project, and stuff like that, not just like get into your comfort zone and just like stay in the study part, but be more active in that way. So yeah, I hope we made it.
He's like, yeah, I think I made it. Like, I got it. I got to be more of my comfort zone. I got more courage and things like that. So yeah, gee, we made it. Like, mhm.
Nice. Is there anything you would like to maybe tell your future self? Maybe when I don't know, when you watch this video in a few years and you wanna remember something that you're feeling right now.
It will be kind of the similar. Like the most important thing at the end was like taking those risks. The risks. Really, really, what I'm saying, like being out there and try it. Try it. Like don't overcome the fears. Um, that like success or new things are on the other side of embarrassment, perhaps. Um, I mean, also one of the things that I learned the most from the semester at sea, that it was my own reflections. As you said, it did remind me a lot of UWC, in terms of the environment that I was there. But from UWC, I really love it, and I thought I learned a lot. I thought like I was a very productive person in UWC. I would do a lot of things. I think as they call it, like no, this is it, like my prime and things like that, I feel like that. But then after UWC, um, I was not how I was in UWC, and I realized a lot of my my personality, or I guess a lot of my behavior of how I was very much influenced by the environment where I was. Um, Once I left UDC, it was much harder to keep that routine or just to keep being how I was. And um, I was very similar in semester at sea. In semester at sea, I also uh, did notice, okay, like the environment is allowing me to take these more risks, to get to know this. But then I was already reflecting on like, I don't want this to be like UWC. Actually, a lot of that was related to my TED Talk like event that I did. Because a lot of people, I was also a facilitator. I don't know if you had it in your cruise ship, but there was this program of Solia facilitators where like we would gather people in group discussions and we would try to facilitate the topics that they would talk about. And a lot of people did mention like a lot of American people did got to learn more about stereotypes that they have of different countries and things like topics like racism, etc. Um, or like just being more open-minded. And then they say like once they're going back to the US, they're going back to their old friends and everything. They did not want it to like like oh semester C was something else, and then now we go back to this. We go back to my friends that might not be as open-minded now as I am, or they have different ideas and things like that. And like, so that made me think, yeah, I don't want that to be like that. I have more courage, and even though my people see you differently, I still try, try, try to practice what you learn. Don't try to readjust yourself just to your friends or like them with the stereotypes I used to have and things like that. So same for my future self, I would say, even though the environment might be very important and it does influence you a lot, it might be very uh, beneficial. I mean, depending on where you are, um, try to make that change first inside yourself. Try to embrace it. So like, no matter where you are, um, you'll be able to thrive. You know, that was the slogan of the spring 2025. It was like Vive and Thrive 135.
I
So yeah.
love the slogans of each voyage.
Mhm.